a change. This is not a historical pattern. This is a plushie pattern. So, if you sew, you know how long things take to make, especially if you are trying to do them by hand, not on a sewing machine. So, I thought I might fill the gaps while working on bigger projects, which I am currently sewing up round 2 of my markup for my 18th century stays. I am slowly getting there, but they are in process. While I'm working on those, because I am trying to do it by hand, I thought I would do a little plushie. And I originally did one of these patterns 2 years ago for a family friend of the family, and it was an owl. So, as I fell in love with all of this wonderful designer's patterns, I thought I'd start off with an easy, simple, one of the freebie patterns. She does sell her patterns on Etsy, and I have actually bought some because I fell in love with them. So in here I have several of the free patterns, which I have already cut out. The designer's name is Choly. She has a website and an Etsy. I have cut out several different patterns, and I've put them in little freezer bags. These are all free on her website. So in here, I believe this is the one we are going to be doing. This is the Witch Kitten. I also printed off, I did actually write these on here. I believe that is a Bulbasaur, which is on her website. I also have, okay, got myself, yeah, the Witch Kitty is in there. That's Witch Kitty. Not sure which one this is. There's something in here that tells what it is. There's a big put them all out. Well, whatever this size. You know what? I think this is Eevee because it's got hair curls in. This might be Eevee, and this is, I believe, oh, this is Toothless, the dragon from How to Meet Your Dragon. How to Train Your Dragon. Sorry. So yes. So those are all freebies off her website. Those 3 weeks. We are not waiting on those today. We are working on our Witch Kitty because it's September. Best time of year is coming. Halloween. So let's get our pieces out. It's a very satisfying job. So I'm gonna leave. You can see these bits in here are, you've got a tooth, an eye, part of an eye, and I think this is the middle of the bow. We are not working on the claws on this video. We are just working on the kitty. So that is for the hat. I believe that is for the cape. Another piece for the hat. So this can go back in there. The other part of the bow can go back in there. The eye parts can all go back also because I'm not waiting on those today. Today we are just cutting out the main body of the cat. So that is for the hat also. So here we go. Tail, arm, ears, back of the head, more eye pieces. That's everything. Yep. So here we have, this is our head, here's our body, arms, legs, and little ears. How cute does it look? Move it down to the actually do. So there is our kitty. This here is just some cheap fairy apparently fabric I got off Amazon. It was like £3 or £4. White, kind of shiny. Doesn't stretch up that way, but it does to stretch this way, which is just what you want for a plushie. So let's start cutting. So start off with pinning everything on. We need one for the head, front of the head. We need 2 for the back. We need 2 for the main body, 4 ears, 2 for the tail, and 4 for the arms. So I only have a meter of this fabric, but as there seems to be absolutely loads of it, so I want to start by cutting out the ones that need 2. I do have pins, scissors, rotary, and my fixing pin. What else do I need 2 of? Also need 2 for the main body, 2 for the body, and 2 for the tail. So let's pin these down. I'm just gonna quickly draw around these. Get all the markings on. Use the bag from fabric to put our pieces in so I can put them together. Ta-da! Witchy kitty homecoming. Today we're going to work on the pieces for the face, which is the eyes and mouth. Put that on the side for a minute. So I have some fusible interfacing. This is just purely to make my life easier because there is tiny little pieces, as you'll see in a second. So I've got some fusible interfacing to help me make this face. I have some purple for the eyes. This is just some felt that I got on Amazon multi-pack. If I can find the link and it's still working, I will put it down in the description box. So this is our eye colour. Of course I have my trusted friction and my fabric scissors. I actually have my fabric scissors today. So eye colour. I have some black, of course, for the teeth, the mouth and parts of the eyes. And I got this, I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick it up, a little sparkly glitter felt to do the iris. I think I picked this up in boys. I will have to double check, but look at the sparkle in that. So let's get on. So these are all the pieces I'm going to be cutting on the felt. Bring them down so you can actually see them. So I'm going to trace on these on the fusible interfacing, then I'm going to cut those out, stick them to our felt. Fingers crossed I don't melt the glitter. That way down. Put everything on top of my pen. do actually have a tear in this, so I'll have to watch what I'm doing. Actually need those ones. That is I think that's supposed to say Angry on the back of it. I'll have to double check. I'm gonna do 2 of these lash ties, and I should double check which order these go in because I cannot remember. All of these pieces. Now I'm going to put them out. Excess back in the bag, so what was it? Okay, I've gone back and looked at the instructions. I don't have to cut them out yet. So here are 4 colours, 4 pieces. I didn't need this piece. So ready to go. I'm gonna go iron these on. I'll be back in just a second. Yes, laugh away. You probably all realized my mistake before I did. Yes, I used a heat erasable pen and I've just fused them, and what have I not done? Got me shapes. So let's draw shapes again. Luckily I don't have to do all of them. Just need to do mouth, that one. Don't have to do the eyes. 2 eye shines, and of course the bloody fangs. Of course, it's all the little ones in it. Yes, I know, I messed up. And we're all cut out. So I'll go like that. I will tidy this cut up on these eyes shines because they're not very round, are they? But there is a little sneak peek. I'm sure the camera's going to pick up the glitter on the eye shine, but sneak peek of the eyes. And of course we have a little mouth. Next step, stitching these to the head. Okay, so I have my headpiece back on the table. I'm going to use one of these pins and I'm going to poke some holes in certain places. Just find a way to put pieces on the end here, so I can this corner. Just gonna make it big enough so I can get pen through to mark the eye placement. Hopefully. Guess we'll see. So I found with these friction pens, if you press hard enough, it will actually go through like that to the other side of the fabric. And as it's an iron pen, heat resistant pen, as you can also say there's marks. You can see the marks on the ears. So let's keep going. Flip it over. So this one and this one are eyes, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is our mouth. Next stage, attaching this to this by hand. Bit on, and let's skip head to ta-da! You have a chickadee face. Excuse any shakiness, I cannot find my tripod, so I'm using a different holder, so it might get a little shaky from here. But next step is fold it over, and we're going to sew this dot and this dot, and you have to do it according to the instructions on a slight curve from this end up to the point. Wish me luck. Dots are not my friend. Oh, this fabric is so flaming flimsy. Yeah, I'm going to tuck back in and do just the little top bit of the dot because it hasn't quite catched. Let's try this again. This fabric is going to be a bugger on this machine, isn't it? Let's see now. Let's have another look, shall we? Yeah, I got it that time. Good. Let's do the other end. This fabric. Or it's just me, I don't know. Why is it done? Why is it done this time? Let's find out. Look at this. Completely missed the dot. Sugar lumps. Just create a little lump there. I'm gonna have to try and stitch this somehow. Okay. I think the best thing, because as you can see, it's made quite a mess of the fabric. I'm gonna have to sew this by hand. So this sewing machine is just not liking it, but that's what it's supposed to look like. At this end. That's what it's supposed to look like. This is the mess I've got at this end. So I'm going to hand sew this. So I will see you back in a second. Okay, so as you can see, I have excuse me, sewn this second dot. It's not the best, but it's done. This fabric is rubbish. It is so flimsy and it sheds so badly. So, but I will continue until it is done. So next step, ears. So the next step is to sew around the edge, leaving bottom open. We have to do this twice. So I'm just going to put this piece to the side. That's the front of the face. This is the back of the head, because that will be the next step after doing the ears. After doing a little research, well, YouTube watching, as you saw earlier, this fabric is really flimsy, so I am going to use a little trick that I saw on YouTube, and I'm going to use a bit of tissue paper. See, I'm not sure if the camera's going to be able to pick this up, but this thing is shedding like so much. So put that on one side for a second. I'll do the first one, and on each of the pattern pieces it tells you the seam allowance, which is in this case 1/4 of an inch, and we are doing around the sides and leaving this open. Let's see if this tissue paper trick works, because it's the first time I've ever done it. So let's bring in the machine. Now, I'm not sure. This is going to be shot really badly because I cannot find my little tripod that I usually use to give you a little side view, so bear with me. So ear one, it looks okay except for up here, so hopefully when I tear this off it won't be too bad. Let's find out how. It did help it go into the machine, so I like this trick. I also saw one with brown paper which I put it between the layers. I'm not sure I'm quite ready to spend for whatever not bits of paper. Don't worry, all my paper goes into the recycle. So let's just snip these I turn it through. Let's do some snipping. The machine really did not like this fabric whatsoever. And as you can see, I just chewed it again at the top. But give it a little roll. And there we have an ear. We have our first witch kitty ear. Let's repeat. Okay, we have 2 ears. Next step, attach to the head. So, you take this head, and you can just about make out the markings on the side of the head. Place on the head, like place between the markers, and put it towards the top mark. Now here comes the tricky part. It actually tells you to baste these in place, which actually, my machine is still not liking this fabric even with the tissue paper. And I know it says to baste them in place, but I'm just going to match up the edge of the ear with the top mark, and I'm just going to put a pin through here on this side. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side, plus my mark. Give me a second, guys. Oop. It's right there. Again, just going to match up the mark on this side. Stick a pin through it. Pin his ears on. Because after it says to baste the ears on, tells you, next part of the instructions, is to actually attach the back of the head. This is the back of the head. You put 2 of these. I'm just going to put a tiny mark. Stitching. Okay. Not my favorite pen to use. Okay. So, back of the head. 1 minute. I have to double check the instructions to see how I stitch this bit. I know eventually you do it round, but there's also this bit and this little bit. Okay. 1 minute. Okay. I've got it wrong. Good thing I did check. You don't put it straight onto that piece. So after you baste the ears on, back to this piece. So this is the 2 pieces for the back of the head. I got it wrong. So I'm going to line them back up together. And then where you have your 2 marks, you stitch this little piece to the top, and then you stitch from this mark down to the bottom. This will be where you leave it open to stuff, put your stuffing in the head when it's connected. So I'm going to go based on the ears here and here, and then I'm going to stitch this little bit and this bit. Be right back. Our ears all basted on. So you can kind of see what his little face is gonna look like. Isn't it cute? Next, moving on to joining our head pieces. So I'm just gonna pin them back together, stick them on a bit of tissue paper, hopefully, and get them stitched whilst pinned together. And then we're gonna stitch this one to the bottom and this to the tip. Okay, so we have our ears pasted on. We have our back of the head with our opening for the stuffing. Now we're going to connect these two pieces. These are my bits of tissue paper. So it says to match this seam with this dot. So the little join at the top with the top of the dot at the top, and the long seam with the dot at the bottom. This should be fun because this bottom dot is, if you can see it, an absolute mess from getting chewed up in the machine yesterday. So let's pin. Break out my pack of pins from my sewing box. Sorry about that, my sewing box is holding my white study because I need to get something else. Got my pins. I love this little bird, he's so cute. I love him. It's my little needle threader. If you haven't seen him before. So his little beak pops up and it's got this tiny little metal bit which has a tiny little hook. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it, but it does have a tiny little hook to catch the thread. The only thing wrong with it is it bends so easily. So I've bent him a few times, but he's still holding on. But yeah, I love my little bird. He's so cute, isn't he? He's so cute. And he lives in my pin box. So let's get on with this one. So we are all pinned. So my phone has decided to be really annoying, keep cutting off recording. So I think I left off with pinning this together. I've now stitched together. I have to go back and stitch it because it hasn't quite caught the end of this ear here, and at the bottom there is a small hole. So I'm going to turn this back round and repair that little stitch without hopefully making a mess, because I've actually managed to stitch it without puckering, except for a little bit up here, but no one's going to see that once it's stuffed, so let's do that little fix. Okay, so I fixed the hole in the bottom. I attempted to fix the ear, but as you can see, I still missed ever so slightly, but never mind. It's on. It has a head. We have a head. So we have the head. Next it tells you to stuff and close, and then move on to the next bit. But I'm going to differ from the instructions slightly. I'm actually going to sew everything else together, because the instructions, you stuff this separately, close it, you make up the body, stuff that and close that, and then you make the arms and stuff them slightly, then attach them to the body, and then you attach the head and the tail. But I think I'm going to just get everything stitched together, stuff it all at once, and then stitch it all together, because all of that is going to be hand stitched, and I'd rather do that in one big batch. I'm going to stitch the body together, which is, put that to one side, in my bag of goodies. I actually need to transfer the pattern pieces that I've already stitched together back in here, but let's just get all these bits out. Use that for something else. So that's the other piece of the head pattern. Just put that over here with the others. So we have our body, this is our little tail, and these are our arms. So I'm going to stitch this next. And again, you leave an opening at the top up here, and you stitch all the way around, clipping these corners when you turn it. Then I will do the two arms and the little tail. So I will be right back, and we will have all of our body parts assembled, ready for stuffing. Okay, so everything is all stitched together. We have one little tail, two little arms, our body, and our head. Now it's time to stuff. So first you have to stuff the head, then close up the back. You stuff the body, close it up at the top here. Then you do 2 arms, and then you close these as you attach it to this here, and then of course we stick on our tail, and then our witchy kitty will be done. Be right back with the stuffing. Okay, so I found my polyfill. I got a bunch of these at least before the first COVID lockdown here in the UK when they were on offer. So this has 200 grams. I have another 4 full packets. So I have 5, so that should be plenty to stuff our little witch kitty. So start with the head. If you would like to see me do a mermaid, I do have a pattern for one of those. Not one of those that's just like two pieces front and back. I have the one with paw prints, and it's got like 3 pieces for the legs, 2 for the arms, 2 for the body. I think it's 3 or 4 for the head. If you would like me see do one of those, I've done 2 of those, and I have plenty of flat quarters I can use to do that. So if you let me do that, see me make one of those, let me know. It's got a very big head and a very little body. I don't know if that's from the way I've stuffed them or what, but it's a very big head. Still short and stubby tail, but never mind. So we have our 2 arms. That really did not use a great deal, so we are all stuffed. Okay guys, next step, we are all stuffed. Time to close up the head and the body. Start with the head. I already have my needle here. It is already threaded, as you can see. I put a little knot at this end, and I'm using Goodman's. It is 100% polyester. It says to close this with a ladder stitch. Now for me to remember how to do a ladder stitch. This is a 2-part video on this witch kitty. The second part will have her hat, or his hat, or their hat, and a cloak, which I'm going to do in a separate video. And I'm also going to be making, here's the spooky season sneak peek. Oh, heads up anyway. I'm making myself a Halloween dirndl. I really hope I'm saying that right. If not, I am so sorry. But it is a dress, basically. That is a fabulous Halloween print with fabulous black accents that I want to make and wear for this spooky season. I'm also going to be making myself a witch's hat using another Choly Night pattern that I have. It has lost a little bit of stuff in there. Yeah, I mean, it has 2 types of hat shape. It has the traditional pointy hat. It also has a curved hat. I will be making both, and I will show you both. I will record. Well, I'll probably record both, but I'll probably just show you like a shortened version of doing one of them, probably the curvy one, because everyone wants to make a nice pointed hat for Halloween, don't they? We have a closed head, and it's not too bad. It's closed quite nicely. Okay, moving on to the body. And we're closed. It's not the prettiest, but let's give this a little oof. Give the head a bit of thing too. So far, so good. We have a head and a body. Now we just need to attach these. I'm just going to go double check the instructions. Be right back. Now it's time to attach the arms. So the arms attach in each end of where the stitching is that close the body. Just stick a pin through the arms to where I want them. Okay, now we have our arms. Doesn't he look cute? Okay, so the arms are pinned in place where I want them. And now I'm going to take my already threaded needle, has a knot in the end, and these arms are just whip stitched into place. So almost there. We have our arms up, head is tied up. So now we're going to do the tail very quick. So I'm put them back here. So according to the instructions, you put a gathering stitch around the tail, pull it, tie it, but don't cut the thread if you have enough. If you have enough, you can keep going. If you don't, cut it, it's fine. And then use that other bit to attach it with the tail pointing up. Ready to attach, and it is attached the same way as we attach the arms, with a whip stitch. You have to make sure that it is pointing up. So there we have it. We have which is Kitty. Which Kitty has her tail, she has her arms, she has her body. Now the fun part, putting on the head. And the head is attached using a whip stitch. So I'm just going to use some more of this and thread up my needle. Okay, so I have my needle all threaded. Head is here. Let's get it attached and we are done. Let me know down below what you think we should call her. If you like this video, please hit that little icon over here to be notified of our next video, which will be our Witch Kitty's hat and cape. I haven't decided on what colours yet, but we'll figure it out. Thanks for watching. I'm the Choly that sews. See you all again soon. Bye.